Come on.
Hey, Lisa.
Hey, Deborah. Hey,
It is
girl.
so awesome to be back on here with you this Wednesday evening.
Okay. All
How have
right.
you been?
I've been good. I've been really good.
Oh, that is awesome. That is awesome. So
Mad
we are.
about my damn car, but I've been good.
Hey, that's gonna work its way out too. It's gonna work its way
Mm,
out.
I'm good. How you been doing? I love your shirt, girl. You did that.
Okay, for the
See
new.
now, Deborah, I'm not gonna crosstalk you. See, if you're gonna sell it, sell it.
So I got to do what you did. So for the newcomers, we do have merch. As
Mm-hmm.
you can see, and I'm not advertising anything but this shirt and
But the
DMP
shirts, the
TV.
wording on the shirts.
So yes, I just jazzed it up a
You
little bit,
did
gave
that.
it a little personality
You
and
did that.
attitude, and bam,
You
bam, bam.
you did something I
Okay.
ain't never. You did something I ain't never seen.
Wait a minute now, was that a backwards compliment?
That's a beautiful compliment because you did like a tie, like a necktie sort of thingamajig.
No, something like that.
Creative girl, I'm telling you.
Yeah, I gotta agree with you. So, Lisa, we are back here this Wednesday with
Yes,
another episode
yes,
on the series
yes.
talking
We're
about.
so ready.
We're
Y'all
ready
come
for
on over to the YouTube page. Come on over to the YouTube page. The link is right there below. Our producer has put
to
the link there, so y'all
YouTube. Is
just come
where
on
it's
over to the
at.
YouTube page.
Come on over. Absolutely.
Deborah, I
Yes.
need you to do me a favor before we even get started. And
Okay.
we both know our producer. Mm-hmm.
Yes, we do.
Would you do the honors? Would you be so gracious to introduce our producer, dynamic, phenomenal, the man with the mind, the myth? I know he's making faces. I know he's mad. But you know what? You can't turn my camera off, Marcus. Would you please
I
introduce
do.
him?
I do. He so all right, first name only Marcus, of course. And he is, I mean, the work he does is extensive. It is awesome. There's a lot that goes on behind the scenes for us to do this on Wednesdays. And the first thing that I wanted to point out when you actually go to click on the video itself, the imagery, the presentation there speaks volume on every topic that we're going to cover. So each video has its own separate imagery that speaks to the subject at hand, right? Like tonight, how values change over time. So if you guys can just take a little time before you click join and just pay attention to the imagery that our producer Marcus has put together, I think it's awesome work and it speaks volume. And hey, Anquinette, getting into just want to respond to her statement right now before we get into responding to the chat. The 7:30 speaks to when the lines are open for you guys to call in. So please do call in. We try to wait until 30 minutes into the show, and the number is 901-479-6733. All right, Lisa. It's
And
good
I
to see
just want to add to that. Our producer is such a phenomenal person. He puts all this stuff together. All of this is his creation. Like it's a new year. We went like 2 months, November and December last year, and we didn't really say anything about our producer. So I just want to say thank you so much for the opportunity. Thank you so much for everything that you've done. And all right,
absolutely. Couldn't agree more.
this is where we are. So shout out to our producer.
Absolutely.
Shout out
And
to our
so we kicked off our new series, and
Mhm.
it's more so about trying to understand the newer generation and their worldview, how things have changed over time from traditionalism to, lack of a better word, millennialism. That's not I just made that up.
Not on spot, did you?
I just made that up seriously.
Mon-
And
mon-
so we're going to
mon-
continue that tonight, right? We're talking about
Okay.
how values change over time. And we're going to do a little switcheroo tonight. We're going to let Lisa kick us off with questions.
I don't even have my glasses. Look, what does
Oh,
it say?
wow.
Look, what does it say?
Lisa, before
Uh,
you've been missing this person. And I just got to say, this person is here. Tip over.
Tip over! Welcome back, Tim. I've been missing you. Oi, 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 oi. I've Oh my gosh. Well, I guess I gotta read because Tip back. So let me read question
You
number one.
gotta read, Lisa. You gotta read, Lisa.
Okay. Welcome back, Tip. Happy New Year, man. Where you been?
Absolutely.
I've been asking about you, looking for you. I've been missing you. You can't be doing this Mississippi girl hard like that. I feel like we family. You can't just come into folk live like that. Let me get close so Tip can see me. You can't be coming to folk live like that and just disappear. Just because the dressing is gone, the collard greens is gone. I don't even know where you from. I don't even know if you eat that kind of stuff. But it seems like when New Year left and Christmas left, you left. But welcome back.
Funny that.
Welcome back, Tip.
You can use some of that
Okay.
wisdom.
Question number one.
All right.
Have you disagreed with someone from a different age group? How did it make you feel? Of course. Of course I did. Like I said before, my daughter, who is now 30, my son, who is 26, just random young people that I see out and about. Of course. Of course. Because Deborah, as you and I was talking before we came live, I don't know nothing about this new norm now. I'm still a
Speak
traditional,
on it.
I'm still a traditional black Mississippi mama, woman, mama. When God decided to choose my womb and the uterus and the cervix and allowed me to get impregnated, with the mindset that He had given me at that time at the tender age of 20, 21. Well, I wait, was I 21? Because you carry a baby 9 months. I was 21 because I had my baby. I was 21 in August. I got married at 21 December. That September, I had a baby. My 1 year anniversary that December, I was celebrating with a 3 month old baby. So when God decided to give me that baby and allow us to raise that baby, He told me to spare the rod and spoil the child. So yeah, have you disagreed with someone from a different age group? That's the question. Part A, part B. How did it make you feel? It didn't make me feel no type of way. Now I'm
Uh,
always open. I'm always open to listen to what they have to say. The younger generation, I'm because they're smart, like we said last week.
yeah,
But it
they
don't
are.
make me it don't make me feel no type of way because I'm 52. You got to get to where I am. I'm not saying younger generation that y'all don't know. I'm not saying that y'all are wrong. I'm not saying that y'all not smart because I made it very clear last week. Y'all are very smart. What I'm saying is catch up with me.
Okay.
Go
Okay.
ahead, Deborah.
So, okay, if I were to peel back the layers on that question, I would assume that the person that question means, have you been in a argument or been combative with a younger person? And I can't say that I have. Now, have I had some disagreements? Like you can't see my point because you're too busy trying to push your point. Of course, of course. And then tensions get heightened, frustrations, because it's like you're thinking in your mind, like you said, you old school, traditional. Hey, young people, young person, you listen to me. I've been here longer than you. I know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about. You
Uh-huh.
ain't been in the world long enough to even hold two sentences against me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've been in that position. I've been in that position. Now, have I softened or kind of have more of an open mind to say, okay, just pump your brakes, Deborah, pump your brakes. Let's at least listen and hear what they're trying to say. I've been in that situation for sure. And it does give you an opportunity to learn some things, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
like we said before, Lisa, the construct Earth, Mother Earth, has not changed.
Mm-mm.
It remains the same. But the
Mm-hmm.
world, which makes up the people in it, have.
Mm-hmm.
Social constructs have changed. Social norms have changed. New technology that we
Lot
did
of
not have in our lives are now being infiltrated with our this younger generation. We talking about iPhones, iPads, Galaxy notebooks, you name it. They have those things are available to them. And it's not the technology alone, right? It's the software, the applications that run on these devices. Your Snapchatters, your Instagrammers, your Facebookers, all of it. And it gives our kids access to the entire world, access that we didn't have. Because
mm-hmm.
unless your family could afford a landline where you dial the number,
Nah.
look in the yellow, in the white pages to dial the number of the person you trying to talk to, right? You had to get on your bike or use Mike and Ike to get to your
Uh-huh.
friend house to go see them and talk to
Uh-huh.
them.
Uh-huh.
You know, technology is like a two-edged sword. So yes, I have. I have been in a disagreement.
Mm-hmm. I think we all have. to a certain degree. I think we all have. Um, the younger generation, they are so quick to say because of our I don't know if I can say it or not, so
Go ahead.
I don't want to get in trouble
You ain't
because of
gonna get
our
it. Speak your mind.
government. Who came up with this timeout bull crap? Why you looking?
Nobody that look like me, I don't think.
Who did it?
I don't.
It
I
start from
don't
here.
know.
It start from here to here. It start from here to here. And the reason why a lot of our children are disrespectful and feel like they can curse in front of their parents or their senior citizens. They can just do any and everything. Like we said last week, they're lost. You have so many younger parents now. You don't have the kind of parents like Bernie Mac that'll hit you in the throat and the neck. You don't have them kind no more. You don't have the kind that knock you, maul you upside your head, as my mama used to say. They soft now because parents are so busy now trying to be their kids' friends. Because, like I said last week as well, what you having a baby by 14, 15, you a grandmama at 24, 30. So
Yeah.
you know, and now the 30-year-olds say, "Girl, I'm 30, but I look 20s, and I'm doing me, and I'm whatever they
Not
want
this
to do, and I'm."
personation. Your audio.
They
I can't.
phone calls keep coming in. I keep declining. They don't even want you to call them grandma. They got all these cute names: me, mom, grand, papa, poo poo,
G
woo woo,
mama.
wee wee.
G.
I mean, you grandma, but you too cute to be grandma because you still out doing me, living your best life and
I'm
all
gonna
this
do
kind of
me.
stuff.
I'm gonna
So
do
the
me.
kids, so who's getting neglected? Facebook to YouTube live TV. Who's getting neglected? The kids. While the parents, while the mamas and the younger mothers and the generation are out there that's having these kids, these disrespectful, ungrateful, spoiled, selfish, half raised, no raised, half class, undermined kids, and so forth and so on. Oh, I can name a whole lot. While you out there doing you, the iPhone, the iPad, the MacBook, the computer, the laptop, the PlayStation, the streets, the drugs, the guns, the violence,
Come on,
everything
Lisa.
else is raising your kids.
Come on,
Everything else,
Lisa.
not so much raising, but everything else is taking your kids' attention. But you want to go to school and the teacher can't say nothing to your kids. The grown up can't say nothing to your child because you gonna come out there and act a fool. But you
Come
weren't
on
even
with
at
it.
home this morning when your child got ready to leave to go to school.
Come on with it, Lisa. Come on with it, Lisa. So let's do this. So let's jump into the chat right now because it's on fire. It's on fire. So we have
Y'all,
a
I'm
new.
sorry. Show lives, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, y'all. It show lives.
No, that's quite all right. We just gonna we flowing with it. So we have someone that said yes, we had a disagreement with people older than me. Okay, so give us a little bit more detail. What was the disagreement about? And Tipo was said the thing is about the younger generation is that we have lived in the world without them. They have never
Welcome to
lived
my
in this
YouTube page.
world without us.
Click the
What you
link
gotta say
on.
about that, Lisa? Hey, Cassandra. Hey, 100 sats. And Ms. Walton said, Amen. You said a mouthful. And Cassandra said, I'm not babysitting. Take them with you. I raised mine. You gotta raise yours. And Miss Equinette said, preach. And Wanda said, preach. You got look, it's almost like a standing ovation based on your pulpit pitch right then. So
What Tip Over said, I just
mhm,
read what Tip Over said. Um, you're absolutely right. The thing is about our younger generation is that we have lived in this world without them. They have never lived in this world without us. I said that. I said that.
mhm, mhm.
Um, um, I don't know if I'm preaching or what, but whatever I'm doing, I'm on DM Fusion TV, and I'm gonna answer these questions, and I'm because y'all have gave me full throttle to say whatever I want to say. Um,
I
my
mean, you're
mama
hitting
told
some
me my
points.
mama told me to watch my cussing, so I'm working on it. But
You're hitting some points though, Lisa. You're hitting some that very valid points.
the parents. I mean, when I say parents, like we said last week, you don't know. Do these kids have both parents in the home? You don't know. Can I say this word? It starts with the M. Can I say this word? It's
Go
in the
for it.
same family with the word starts with the R. I
Go
don't
ahead.
know if I can say this. You know, back in the day, we had a lot of that M word, that MR word. Y'all know what that means. Sexual stuff going on with families. And so
Mm.
families, kids, the kids in the home, your big mama would say, when Uncle Johnny come on here, don't go next, don't go in about Uncle Johnny, don't go in that room with Uncle Johnny. Is that still going on in our world today with our younger generation? I know
What you
it's
mean?
not, because I
You
don't
mean
hear about it. I
you
know
talking
it's
about
not
Uncle
because you
Johnny?
don't hear about it. What you hear about is a lot of guns, drugs, drinking, dropping out of school, being disrespectful, don't want to work, get a job quick because they think mom and daddy's supposed to take care of them. Lies you tell over here. If you old enough to talk back and cuss, you old enough to pay some bills, go get a job, get your own car, get your own insurance, life, health, mental, physical, spiritual insurance. You old enough to go do all of that. So have I had a disagreement with a younger generation? Yes. And I'm gonna start with my daughter because we have. It don't take away the love that I have for her, but at the same time, you got to go and I hit this big old word by yourself. You can't hold mama hand the whole time. You ain't gonna be at my address talking, thinking that you're gonna talk and say whatever you want to say to me at my address. And I'm buying the soap, paying the water bill, got the lights on, and I'm buying the groceries and sometimes putting gas in your car and helping you with your phone bill from time to time. Back then, because this year, January, make 3 years, she been in her own house, okay, in her own address. So have I had a
Okay.
disagreement? Have I had a disagreement? Yes. And I put her out when she had COVID. I introduced her to her own house. Like I told her, when your bed went up that night, we started moving her about 12 o'clock that noon. When your bed went up, she had COVID, but she kept going leaving the house. And I'm like, where you going? What you doing? You got COVID, you supposed to be at home. So
Hmm.
the disagreement for question number one, y'all, we still stuck on that one, me to help her in her own house that day. And when she moved in, and when her granddaddy put her bed up, I said, welcome home. She been at her address for 3 years this month. Disagreement or not. When you get to the point where you think you're gonna do what you want to do at my house, it's time for you to see that red door and let it hit
Okay.
you with a good Lord split you. Cause
And she
I'm
does,
I'm I'm raised. My these kids needs to be raised. Ain't nobody raising them.
the
Who
devices
raising them?
are. The devices are.
Social media society is they're not raising them, they're introducing them to a world of trouble. That's why you got so many locked up, getting shot, getting killed, stabbed, cut up, beat, bruised. Ain't nobody doing this no more. Everybody doing this because it's easy.
Well, that's
Question
true.
number two.
That's true. But I think there's a question that you left hanging out there is the uncle. Well, uncle who? What's uncle name?
You know how they say, don't let
Uncle
them
Buck.
kids go back, don't let them kids go back there with Uncle Johnny, because you know Uncle
Oh,
Johnny
Uncle
be.
Johnny's are still around, and the chat agrees. Uncle Johnny's still
Let me
around.
go, let me go look. Uncle Johnny's still around.
Hmm. And it's just not being talked about. But I don't. But I hope people still warning their children, male and female alike, about the Uncle Johnny.
Females do it just like the males. You'd be
And-
surprised. A lot of but I'm not gonna harbor on that.
right,
I coincide that with the disagreement with
right,
with the younger generation.
right.
I ain't got time for nobody to come and be telling me nothing about these old snotty nose, spoiled, ungrateful children out here. Because if they going to school, Deborah, and if they bringing home C's and D's, what you buying them Jordans for?
Oh
Why
wow.
they on the basketball team?
Oh
Why
wow.
they got a car? Why they got a phone?
No discipline. No
Why?
consequences for your
Because
actions.
because if I don't get it for them, they gonna be mad and stop talking to me. Who cares?
No,
Who
you
who
didn't.
cares? Who cares? You ain't paying no bills here.
No, you didn't.
You ain't paying no bills here. When the lights get cut off and you got on a pair of Jordan, are you gonna let me take them Jordan to the pawn shop and get some money to pay these light bills so your stinking ass can see?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
No, ma'am. But
Disagreement. That's question number one. We need to move to question number two. Good. We've been on here 19 minutes. We need to go to question number two.
question number two.
Y'all, y'all hold y'all thought. Here we come. Question number two. Go ahead,
Hmm.
Deborah. I see it.
Can you think of a time when old politeness became impolite? How has that affected society? Now, politeness, that kind of reminds me of saying, well, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, thank you, excuse me, I'm sorry. Is that what you get from that question, Lisa?
No.
Well, come on with it. Let me hear your perspective.
I keep getting phone calls coming in. No, all I hear is huh, what? No, yeah,
You definitely don't hear yes, ma'am, and no, ma'am anymore.
okay.
But that is also part of
But
not.
hold on now. I'm
Uh,
sorry for cutting you off, but I gotta
no, no,
say it.
no. Go ahead.
A lot of these folk don't even want you to say yes, ma'am, and no, sir. I ain't that old. Don't be saying yes, ma'am, to me.
I've heard that. So
What
the
the
kids just
devil?
confused.
What the jackal? Let me twist my hair. No.
Well, the
The
kids just
what?
confused then. Y'all, the adults, the older people sending
That's
mixed
all I'm saying.
But
That's all I'm saying. These kids don't know whether the doo doo or go blind. My mama watching.
she said, but it is coming upon us as parents to raise them to say,
And
yes, ma'am,
if you say
no, ma'am.
something, and if you say something to these kids, they mamas and they daddies gonna get mad, be ready to jump on you and fight you, shoot you, do something to
And what
you.
happened to that? What happened, Lisa? It takes a village.
I'm gonna
What
let you
happened
answer this.
to if you okay, you in the neighborhood and Miss Ethel caught you doing something you ain't got no business. She grab a branch off the tree and whoop your tail home, and then your mama and your dad they whoop you when you get there too. What happened to that? You know what happened to it because these kids are too quick to cry abuse. I'm being abused. I'm a dial 911.
Hold it. I got to cut you off with that 911. Please call 911.
Please
You
call
call 911, that's gonna be the last
911.
119 you dial. Cause when you call 911 on me, I'm calling 119 on you. You getting up out of here.
What's
Ask my daughter.
119, Lisa? I ain't never
Ask
heard
my
no
daughter.
119.
Ask my daughter.
What? I think the audience want to know what 119 is. Do y'all know what
Let me twist my hair.
119 is?
No, I ain't got no tea tonight. Let me drink some cream soda.
We want to hear from y'all. Please, we want to hear y'all input. I know there's some traditionalists on here. There's some, as the word I made up, millennialisms. We got y'all, some people that we want to balance the conversation, right? I mean, because me and Lisa, we from the same generation, and we
Is
want to hear our viewpoint. And I do try to strike a balance with the younger generation, try to view the world as they view it because they are being bombarded by social platforms and their peers who's also being bombarded by the same social platforms and younger mothers, younger grandfathers, younger grandmothers. And so I try to balance the conversation and at least try to meet them here to hear what they're saying and understand how this is truly impacting them, their growth, their development, how they socialize. Because, like I stated, if you want to go see your friend, you had to get on Mike and Ike or jump on your bicycle. And if you were lucky enough, when your parents had enough, then one of them had a vehicle, they would take you over there. But other than that, you still were face to face with them. And when you were face to face with them, you didn't have no device in your face 90% of the time, and then had a nerve to text them what you want to say instead of verbalizing it, they right across from you. Now, Lisa, we got to pay attention to that. Some of these kids, it can't be helped. So how do we help them? How do
what you
we
mean?
help them?
What you mean can't be helped?
It can't be helped because society has changed greatly on these kids.
It's simple, Deborah. All the parents, all these folk gotta do is stop buying these kids all this stuff and sit down and talk to them. But we said the same thing. The way a lot of people work now, these flex schedules, different schedules, 12 on, 2 off, it's hard, but it all goes back to the ground rule. You
How
got
it,
to stop. You got to stop trying to be your kids' friends.
that's
They
one
buy
part.
them everything and giving them everything because they don't want to make them mad and
That's
uh,
part of it. That's part of it. But there's more to the conversation.
but if you don't make your kid mad at home and learn how to deal with your kid, when your kid get kids, children get in the street, and the streets give them a different type of hello, and because I can't say what I want to say. What?
Well,
Then
let's go. Let's go to the chat. Let's go to chat. It's on fire. It's on
What?
fire. Okay. So we have
What?
Cassandra to say, all I got to do is look at mine a certain way and she wanna cry.
But
Oh,
you know
listen to
that
baby.
that look don't work no more. You know when your mama stand up in the usher board and she look down at you when you playing church and stuff. Cause nowadays these kids ain't going to church and the mamas ain't making them go. As most honestly, most of the mamas, most of the parents ain't going. I ain't leaving the daddies out neither. Uh, so ain't nobody looking at nobody because everybody at home with the door closed on their phone. But
Yep, you talked about that. The kid in the pool, well, on the pew, looking at their phone, disturbing you from listening to the word of God. Well,
yeah,
yeah, and yet I say that is one part of the conversation. So Jackie said, you sure right. You can't say nothing to these kids today. Babies raising babies." She agree with you. In other words, she agree.
girl,
Um,
there's so many comments on here. I don't even where to start.
don't
I
worry
don't even
about
know
it. I
where to.
got those. I got
I,
those. I'll go
I
through
don't
them.
even know
Tip
where to start.
said, I got it. Tip said, mostly majority of women say I'm not old. Women are confusing people. That's true. And Jackie said they don't respect their own parents. That's true. Wanda said jail. Okay, we're gonna send them to jail. Juvenile. And Cassandra,
Now
juvenile.
I know a mother. I can't call her name, but I know a mother would have sent her child down the road to the juvie. I
Really?
ain't mad. I ain't mad at her. Cause when we was in Washington, when my daughter acted up, I told the police take her with you. Wait, let me go upstairs and get her shot record, birth certificate. Let me go get her pneumonia card. Let me go get her school record. Let me go get everything that she needs so y'all can take her with you. Because see, one thing about it, when they remove them out your home and they think that they can run here, run there, and when they come and get them out your house, they get a different mindset. And when they
Mm-hmm.
come back, they think that they can, beat they can be the mama, they can be the wife of the
Uh-huh.
house. But that didn't happen at my address. It ain't never happened.
Okay. Okay. Well,
I
Cassandra,
am one of those real black mamas.
I
I'm
hear you.
traditional to my heart. I believe in knocking a kid in their mouth. I believe in still slapping a child. You ain't gonna disrespect me. I'm
Not in your
5'2" and
say
I ain't
it in
scared of
your
no kids.
say it in your Bernie Mac voice, Lisa.
Let me go. No, no, Carolina, no, Mississippi. I believe in knocking a kid the fuck out. I believe in doing it. Y'all gonna say it's a damn shame what Felicia they did to them kids, but let me tell y'all something. Huh? Your first 3 months at my daycare is free. Cause I'm gonna hit your kid in the throat and the stomach. I'm gonna raise your children. You better not bring them in. These spoiled, ungrateful kids. That's what it is. It's the parents' fault. The young grandmama's fault.
Yep.
When a child, like I was telling about my niece Kalani, she's 3. If Kalani would fall out on the floor and acting crazy because she wants something and can't get it, I'm gonna tear that butt up. Tear it up.
You gonna go in.
I'm like the Holy Ghost on the pastor.
Fair enough.
Cause
Fair enough.
you got to start them when they little.
That's true. That is so true.
You
Yep.
can't get you. What I look like standing up here trying to argue with a young adult, and they don't even know it's some boogers or snot.
You remind me of my friend Missy
No,
on
I
here.
ain't doing that.
You
I ain't
remind
doing
me of
that.
Missy.
I
Yeah.
ain't doing that. You 21 and I'm still wiping out your eye booger. Please. Goodbye. Y'all bye. Next
So in
question,
essence,
baby.
yeah,
Go
these
on,
kids
boo.
have been crippled in a sense that you remind me of my friend Echo that she's on here. She's one of our faithful attendees, and baby, she has a son, and it is yeah, she's serious. She's something serious. Cassandra, we're gonna get to your comment. I think you're saying you want to look at the comment about yes, ma'am. I look at Kylie and she want to cry. You got a sensitive baby, don't you? Come back. It's some of these kids will stare you hard, cold down.
She got a beautiful baby, well mannered, well raised. She's a daddy's girl though.
Mhm.
That's my cousin, so I can say that she don't mind. And her baby is she's just humble as a lamb. You don't even know she in the house. She be walking around with her little headphones on, but she hear everything you saying. She ain't missing a beat. But
Okay.
she's if a lot of more kids was like her, you know. But our government, man, it's just our government. It has just
But we gotta do our part, right? We have to still do
We
our part.
and when we try to do it, we get punished for it. Cause then they came up with that 3 second rule. Then they came up with that timeout bull crap. You know what
What's the
timeout
three
was in
second
my day?
rule?
You know what timeout was in my day? Let them stay in the corner for 3 seconds and pull them out. You know what timeout was in my day? Go get your own switch. And you better not go get the skinniest one out there.
Oh, absolutely. And
Had to
after
be
you
with
get through,
platinum. Had
and
to be with
Lisa.
platinum. She would plat the switches.
Oh, I'm familiar with that too, and Lisa. And after you just got through getting a beat down, dry it up. Dry it up right now.
You
You better
got to
not
sit
drop
there and suck
another
up
tear.
all that in the midst of your hurt. No wonder I learned how to say so well. I said, shut up. Look. And then you get hit in the chest. Y'all, young folks. Let me tell y'all something. We're gonna move on to the next question. Cause I ain't looked at Nam comment down. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all younger generation, I'm gonna say it all in a nutshell. The reason why y'all are so blessed, if that's the way you want to look at it, because y'all got these punk ass parents that doing all this stuff for y'all. Period.
And
That's why.
she
That's
said
why.
that. She
That's why.
said that.
I said it. I said it. I ain't gonna take it back.
She
I said
said
it.
it.
I
She
said
said
it. Lisa said it. I said it.
you said that.
And,
And
and,
Lisa, I
and
think we
mamas and
gotta
dads, grandmamas, if y'all watching, 662-386-1340. Call me
that's
when you get
right.
it.
Call in. Lines are open. Call in. Lines are now open. And I think we got a millennial online based on this comment, if I'm really reading right. Giving your child something shouldn't be bad. But beginning, this is Imani. Giving your child something bad shouldn't it shouldn't be bad, but beginning able to respect your parent is also needed. Okay, then they
Yeah,
okay.
I like that.
You should be able to give your kids something, but you pull back when they become disrespectful and don't do what they're supposed to be doing.
You pull back when they become disrespectful, when they're doing something they're not supposed to be doing. You don't reward them when they do bad. You don't take
Right.
them on shopping sprees. My uncle, you don't. I ain't gonna call his name, but I'll tell him to his face. You don't reward them when they do bad. And our
You
younger generation, I think with our younger girls, I don't know, is it the makeup, the eyelashes? I don't know what it is about our younger girls, but they
mhm.
don't look like little girls no more. They look older than me, and I'm 52.
Yeah, Lisa. It's got to be the weave, the eyelashes, the fingernails, and
You can wear
and
that stuff, but
all
calm down
this.
with it.
Calm down with it. Yep, calm down with it.
Do
Now
you
I
want to
know a
talk
lot
about?
about
And
all
we're
that.
talking about. And let me go back to the question. And we're talking about disrespect, and I mean disagreeing. I don't agree with all that.
Tell them
Okay,
how
let's
to.
go to the next question, baby.
Okay, we'll go to the next question. Cause I think we done burned rubber on that one. Okay. Um,
Hmm.
do misunderstandings between age groups happen because of different ideas about right and wrong? Absolutely.
Yes, of course. You hit that one.
Absolutely.
You hit that one on the head. We already have discussed that. Exactly. They do. They do. They do. They do. They do. And who most of the time give in? The mamas and the
The
dads. The
parents.
parents. The parents are the
The
most time they give in.
parents.
How
The
can y'all
parents.
give in? I'm gonna say it again though. How can y'all give in so much? Why these kids got so much right? Why do our little babies and our younger generation, middle aged kids? We're gonna talk from age group 25, 21 down. Well,
Okay.
20, okay, 21 down. 21, you still in college, and
Yeah. Yep.
21 down, because 25, you grown. So 21 down. What happened? What happened?
Social media. I mean, I'm sorry. That's just my go-to to everything. Social
I'm gonna add
media.
to that. And they left church. They left God out. I'm gonna add to that.
That too. That too. And the only reason I don't, not for me, the only reason I don't lean to the religious aspect of it, because to me, I think some people use religion as a crutch. And let me clarify when I say that. And I can only use myself as an experience. If I am being told and taught that if I don't live a certain way while I'm here on earth, when I die, I'm going to go to heaven or I'm going to go to hell. So if I want to guarantee improve my chances on going to heaven, then I'm gonna try to act right. I'm gonna and morally, your compass could be off. If it weren't for the aspect of hell hanging over your head, what type of person would you truly be? That's the only reason I take religion out of it. I think it solely resides with the parent. And although we got these outside forces, things that we can't control from coming into our, well, from being created, so to speak, like the social media platforms, we as parents, we can limit our kids' exposure to those things. But then you got the peer pressure side of it, right? You got their friends who may have these devices and have access and give your kids while they're in their presence access to these different devices or whatever. But I truly believe it starts with the parents and it ends with the parents, Lisa. But I'm gonna throw a twist to it for you. If you take these devices away from your kids, God knows I don't even know what the right age is to say, okay, I'm gonna give my child this device. Will your child fall behind when it comes to technology? Because this world is moving full speed ahead into being digitized. We talking about AI all the way. It is not slowing down.
I need my pen and paper because I got about three things I need to touch on what you said, and I don't want to forget them.
Okay, but that's why I always try to
Go ahead.
balance.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm trying to balance. That's why I always try to balance the conversation because we can't go into this thing with our eyes closed, right? We can't be blind. Me and you are both from the same generation. And you know, good doggone well, I know I didn't get a cell phone until I was in my 20s and it was a prepaid. But if Deborah had access to that back then, what type of person would Deborah be? So what I'm saying that to say this, we can't avoid it. So how do you balance the scales where it's not too much, but your child is not left behind when it comes to technology and
Okay,
the
I'm glad.
direct.
Okay, I'm glad you asked. One, I'm gonna go back to they left God out. Spare the rod, spoil the child. That's all I'm gonna say about that part. How can you not give them a cell phone, iPad, any other device, PlayStation? With today's technology, they will be left behind. Okay, this is what I have to say to that.
Okay.
When you're five, I'm gonna say five. I'm not gonna say three. When you're 5 years old, you're going to school. When you're in school, because these kids don't half go to school. They be out more than a groundhog see a shadow, I think. But when you give a 5-year-old a phone, the 5-year-old can't read, don't know how to spell their name, don't know how to count to 10, don't know their ABCs, but they have a phone. And if they got the phone, my niece is 3. She got my mama phone, but she's not talking in full sentences. But she know every icon on it. She know YouTube and Netflix. But she 3. She just turned 3 in December. How's she being left behind at 3? I mean, what I hear you and I understand. When we give these kids these phones, it's opened them up to a whole nother world. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
they gonna use their kids, they friends' phone. Yeah, they gonna slip and go get them a phone, or they gonna use some, mama or somebody else's phone. Yeah, they gonna do all of that. They're gonna still have access because they're gonna go over their friend's house and get on the computer. They're gonna be at school on the computer if the school computer are not locked up where they can't get to certain sites on the computers. They're gonna find a way. Cause don't
Mm-hmm.
ain't that what a drug dealer do? Find a way to get high. They can be broke as a joke and ain't got no money, but they gonna find their drug of choice. There are ways to do it. Now, if your kid, our younger generation, because they get mad when we don't want to get them the new phone,
Mm-hmm.
and the phone is what got the police at my address because of my daughter, because she was more in high school in Washington, she was more into the phone when she was supposed to be in the room taking her SAT test and got caught in the bathroom with the phone.
Mm.
Okay, she didn't have a job. She wasn't driving to school. She wasn't doing no extra activities, curriculums at school. Why
Mm-hmm.
she got to be on the phone at school? I send you to school to learn, not to be on the phone.
That's right.
Why? Why the phone can't stay at home while you at school? Because that's what we ended up doing before the school took the phone. So If the phone is the problem, like we said, they sit at the dinner table with the phone. If they go out and eat, they got the phone. You know why these kids so disrespectful, Deborah? We don't know them. We don't know them, and they don't know us. Cause
I can agree.
ain't nobody doing what you and I doing right here. We're talking to each other on the DM Fusion TV show.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
and we got all these comments coming in, and people are watching, and people are watching over here on Facebook. But how many people sit down and talk to their kids? How many of them getting to know their kids?
Right. Right. How was your day at school? What's bothering you?
How many parents? Okay, if you at work working a 12-hour shift, 7 to 7, and if you at work, how many parents text their kids and say I love you? How many kids text their parents and say
Mm.
I love you?
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
All of that is a form. It's going along with that word, you know, disagreeing, disrespect.
Mhm.
Our younger generation.
Mhm. Mhm.
It's bad enough we got to deal with our husbands and wives and girlfriends and boyfriends, when we get a chance, let alone our kids. So if we're dealing with something heavy over here with our spouse or significant
Mhm.
other, we have the tendency to go a little easy and pull back when it comes to our kids. Is that handicapping our kids?
Well, as you're talking through it, that you can see that there are layers to this thing, right? It's not one single straightforward black and white answer. And
Nope.
that's the reason we have this talk show. That's the reason we're having this series, because we want to hear from you guys. We want you guys to help us to balance the scales. I mean, the chat is on fire, so we know the conversation is hitting home. We know that you guys are being engaged. Call in. Let us know what your thoughts are.
But
Call in. The lines are open.
I'm
And
gonna
the
tell you
number,
something.
yep.
I'm gonna tell you something. We can sit here and have this show for the next 5 years, and if we don't take control of our kids, we're just gonna be birthing them into this old mean world
Yes,
for
we are.
for the world,
For the word to deal with.
for the world.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And
We're going to dive in
when the world get tired of them, they're gonna lock them up like animals.
every time. History repeats itself every time. So we're going to dive into the chat. Lisa, do you want to cover what's out there? You want me to read it out?
You got it.
All right. All right. We're going to try to go through all these, and then we'll try to touch on them. Cassandra said, I gave my 18-year-old some grace. You have rules we can't respect. If you can't respect me, you pretty much you got to go. Uh, Leah Nelson, welcome Leah from California. Thank you for joining us on tonight. Hey Vita, Tip over said, Lisa, you said a lot then about these young girls that should tell us something. Women, you are lacking on your job. Tip over said we lacking on our job as women, and Simone said, I say
I
it's the
agree.
people. You agree?
Read, read what Simone said.
We're gonna hold that spot for tip over. Simone said, it says the people, it says it's the people you hang around, parent and social media. So she pretty much agrees with all of it. The people you hang around,
I
parents
agree
being
with
more
Simone.
involved, social media. And then we have money, definitely the people around you, having the right group of person you hang out with. Tip again said women are the first appropriators of culture. You are supposed to teach the children what's the problem. Now, Cassandra don't agree with Tip. She said, Tip, how are women lacking? And then Miss Burke said, Tip, what you drinking on? And so yeah, I think we need to start talking on what Tip talking about. Cause he done got the conversation heated in the chat. How
Simone,
are
Simone,
women lacking,
Simone,
Tip?
Simone Walter said both parents plays a part. Absolutely right. See,
And
I keep saying in these podcasts, these young key people are smart. They're not. They're lost to a certain extent because of where they are to society. But these kids know. But somebody got to constantly drill it in them, remind them you are a child.
yes,
So we got to do that.
we got to do it, Lisa. We got to do it. We got to do it.
I keep telling y'all these kids are smart. They know. But if ain't nobody, you
Both
know,
both parents, but we got to give grace to the single
I
parent homes
understand.
as well.
I understand a lot of fathers are locked up. A lot of parents may be
Mm-hmm.
released. I understand a lot of parents may not know how. I understand a lot of Like I always say, we don't have no more big mamas and big daddies, papas. I get all of that. But these kids are smart. They're lost because they're confused to society because they have to do something to blend in, to be a part of. But when they get home, what? It's like the sermon said, who in the hell left the gate open? What the hell they got to look forward to when they get home? They
That's right.
ain't washing dishes. They ain't taking out the trash. They this. They doing this
Back
all day.
on the devices. And something that I saw, Lisa, I actually watched a YouTube video. I ain't gonna go too much into it, but it kind of touch on what you're saying. That a lot of times and this was a YouTube interviewing kids, the millennials, and they say a lot of times when they go to their device because they're bored. They're bored. And I know my kids said bored, bored, ain't got nothing to do, ain't got nothing to do. So we got to find a way to keep them active, keep them engaged, keep them interested, right? Like Simone was saying, lack of communication.
Okay,
Hey,
and okay, and let me add to that. We can keep them engaged. These kids don't really like to play sports in school, but once again, back to school. How many days of a month is the school doors open? Because hell, they out of school so much. They barely graduated. They don't even, you got to take. You don't want me to tell me you don't went to school from pre-K, Head Start to the 12th grade. When you get to the 12th grade, you got to take a test to determine whether you're gonna graduate or not to see if you can read and write or count or add. And then on top of that, you got a car.
yeah, that's a standard. I think everyone has to take that end of year or
You got a
uh,
car with no job, and you flunking or failing.
now I don't agree with. Why give you a car for what reason? If you don't have a job, are you
Now,
going
if you
volunteer
get a
somewhere?
car because you graduated and you got a job, and you
Agreed.
headed to college because you got to get to college.
Yep.
Something I don't like, but we're gonna hold that conversation for another day. I said it. I don't like college. I don't. It's a scam. I said it. I ain't gonna take it back. It's a bill. Wait on them kids to mess up their credit. Cause they ain't learning nothing. Cause they got to go back to school to learn pay for something else and borrow some more money. But I'm gonna get off there. But
We digress. We digress. Lisa, we gotta jump in this chat. We gotta jump in this chat
good.
one more time. So okay, Cassandra said, but one exactly 100. She's agreeing with Simone. Both parents supposed to be teaching the children. Tip said you back on that appropriators of culture. I want to touch on that a bit, but we'll circle back to it, right?
Read what
Imani, I feel it's not bad for a child to have a phone, but the problem is the parents. Most educated is online now today. And then Cassandra said, no, I feel my husband and I are equal in raising our children. And Tip said, husband and wife are not equals. A man and woman was built for two different things according to God. So stop trying to be equal and do your job. We're gonna have to circle back. You might well just pause and hold your mule for Tip and let me get through the rest of this chat, okay? Simone said, yes, parents play different
Cassandra, where you
parts.
at with Tim?
You
Cassandra, what
hold
you and
on.
Tim got going on?
You hold on, baby. Hold
I
on.
ain't saying that.
Simone said, yes, parents play different parts on certain things. We also learn different things from both parents. So that's why I say both parents play a part. So Simone have on that both parent part. Cassandra said, Tip
Mom, this all you
and
get from me, sugar mama. This all you get from me, baby. This
And
all.
Leah said, kids are smart. Most of them actually just
Indeed.
want time with their parents. My boys would rather have time with me when they are kids instead of me giving them electronics. Back to the parents. Boom.
Hey,
Back to the parents.
oh, hey, hey. Whew.
Listen. Now you know Tip is you Tip fan. You gotta unravel. Tip putting all this on the shoulder of the women. And he said we're lacking and we need to do our jobs. Meaning Meaning, we take care of the household. We raise the children.
That's the way it was in the 1920s and 30s and 40s and 50s and 60s and 70s. It ain't like that in 2024. Tip. But welcome back and happy new year. I'm glad to see you, babe. But Tip, do you have kids? If so, are they in the house with you? I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Because if you do it, if they are in the house with you, do y'all have that type of stability? Do y'all are they old enough to have a phone? Do they have a phone? Do uh do y'all sit down to dinners and talk about whatever the whatevers of the world? Do your kids come to you and talk to you openly about the whatevers of the world? I'm just asking. I don't know. I think you told me. I think you told me you were 44, 44 when we first got started.
Certainly old enough to have kids.
So, but if you don't have kids, or if you do have them and they're not in the house with you, if you're not raising them, then I understand everything you said because there are a lot of people out there. I can't call names because they'll get mad, be ready to sue me. Not DM Fusion, but me. Me.
We hold DMTV Fusion harmless.
Uh, uh. So, so a lot of them got babies out here, but they ain't in the house with them. They ain't raising them. These men folk ain't raising. They with their mamas, they mammies. They with the titty milk. And a lot of them don't have a relationship with their kids. And that's one of the reasons because they're not in the house with them. But there's a way around that now. If you do have kids tip over, especially if you're paying child support, just make the state let you have some type of relationship with your child or your children. Because if you're not a parent and if you have never raised no kids, you will never understand this. It ain't
Right.
a woman can't tell me nothing about being pregnant, having a baby if she ain't never been pregnant, had a baby. Tip over said, Cassandra Cost, that's a blessing. You are the exception.
Lisa, I
Cause Cassandra said, wait a minute, I got to say it. I'm
go
sorry for
ahead,
cutting you off.
go
Cause
ahead, go ahead.
Cassandra said, because she called him by name. Tip, in this household, we are. It's called a woman holding it down. Simone said, I would say kids are quick to bring all their problems or situation to their mom than their dad. You know why, don't you? Especially if the girls decide to talk. Yeah. But you know, my four brothers, they real close to mama.
Hmm.
They tell mama everything.
But you didn't.
Not in the beginning. No.
Why is that? Is the relationship with mom and daughters different than mom
I
and
don't know because
sons?
my daughter didn't do me like that. Not at first. Not at first. She
Hmm.
didn't have to because I knew because been there, done that. Like I think Tip over said that early up in the comments. Um, I knew.
We're the first appropriators of
She
culture.
was closer to her dad than she was me because I was the more dominant, stern parent. Because
Okay.
we were military, so he was always gone. So I was always there. So a lot of time I played dual roles. No, I'm not a man, can't ever be a man, but I sometimes I had to do some things to satisfy my kids. Like when she got ready to have her little play at school, I put on his uniform and went to school, and because he couldn't be there. But yeah, my daughter, she was more closer to her dad. I think still is to this day. But we talk about some things, but we wasn't close like that. I was close to my aunts. I wasn't close to my mother because, like the younger generation we're talking about now, they
Mm-hmm.
feel like they can't talk to mama. They feel like they can't talk to mama. That mama gonna fuss, mama gonna judge, mama gonna this, mama crazy, mama loud, mama gonna cuss, mama don't want to hear it.
Yep.
So they have the tendencies to go towards another family member or dad. You know, they will
That
do.
we talked about that. We talked
Yeah, we
about
did. We did.
Yeah, we talked about that last Wednesday, to try to go into the conversation. Don't all when you're talking to your child or communicating to your child, don't always let it be because you're trying to discipline them. You need to be doing this and you need to be doing that, but rather go and say, "Hey, how you doing? Well, how was your day today?
Give him a hug.
Anything that's bothering you
Give
want
him a
to talk
hug.
about?"
Give him a hug.
Give them a hug. I love you. And then they'll be more open to open up to you and to have a conversation.
Because they'll start to see another side of you.
Right.
And
Absolutely.
that's what happened with my daughter and I, because my son and I, we were like this until he graduated high school, went on to the military and blah blah blah. Now he got his own life and wife and family and stuff. But that happened. They're 4 years apart, but my daughter, she got mixed in with this crowd, because she wanted to be in the it crowd. She wanted the popularity. And my son was a lot like, us. He was kind of cool, nonchalant,
Mhm.
like that,
Mhm.
and so she thought her friends was her family, her mama, until she get in trouble. Then, ma, don't call me her. Call your friend, baby. Call them friend. But I think we have another question. I think we have. Don't we have another question? Question
Well,
number.
we have we have Cassandra. Well, we talked about Simone coming. Cassandra said both of my daughters are daddy girls, and she's okay with that. Imani said kids might seem as if they don't pay attention, but they do. If they can see a parent isn't really in their life, they don't feel as if there is a connection. Simone was like 100. Cassandra said delivery and your tone is everything. Delivery from the parent when they're talking to their kid, and vice versa. Delivery from the kid when they're talking to their parent. Watch that tone. Keep it right here. Simone said, but I also feel like when the kid is younger and whichever parent was more present when they were little, that would be the parent they would run to more when they get older. And Tip said, God word didn't change in 2002 and 2004. Last I checked.
Come
So
on,
what did
Tina.
God word say? What's the scripture?
Ah,
What's the
ah,
scripture?
ah. Better rise for the child. Oh, hey, hey. I ain't got nothing else to say.
I ain't your friend. I'm your mama. I'm your daddy. I'm not your friend.
Well, all I have to say is to all the parents out here who have children, or if you're expecting a baby, your first one, just remember that this old mean world that we live in, that they're going to be born in, just try to take control of your kids, your child, your children, your children, and try to raise them to the best of your ability. This is our second show. We have two more to go with this episode, talking about the young adults, because we can talk from here to next year, and there is so much to say. So many people have opinions, different values, different views, different ways. Just because I'm a stern parent, it doesn't mean that you all that's looking at me are the same as I am. Because like I said, I would beat my children. I whoop they butt. I told that butt. And my kids can't hardly get too small with me now, because I will hit them in the mouth. But that's me. I know y'all probably saying they grown. You shouldn't put your hands on them. You shouldn't provoke them. No, you shouldn't. They shouldn't provoke me by being disrespectful, because I'm your mama. You're not gonna. You just certain things my kids just not gonna do. Now I can't hit yours unless you bring them to my daycare. So but and with that being said, being on the funniest, on the comical side of that, don't bring them to my daycare, because I don't have a daycare. But don't ask me to keep them, because I'm gonna do what my motherly instincts are, and y'all, and a lot of y'all don't. You know, I'm not the gushy type of parent. I'm not the one. I'm a lot of fun. I'm a big kid, but I'm not the type of parent where I have feel like I need to buy my kids love. And
Mhm.
I am definitely not my kids' friends. I'm not sorry about that. I'm not your friend.
Amen to
I'm
that.
your mother. So hopefully
Amen to that.
take something away with this tonight. We're down to 2 minutes before our hour. This has been so good. Thank y'all so much for chiming in. We greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate it. Y'all just don't know how much we appreciate you guys. We been on this journey now. January is make I think month number 3,
Yep.
and we we've been learning and growing right along with y'all. So thank y'all so much. Thank y'all so very much.
Absolutely. Tonight has been very active. The feedback has been awesome. The chat was on fire. And we had a couple of comments that came in that I do want to touch on before we sign off tonight. Leah said,
Yeah.
Leah said parents need to also learn how to apologize. And like I said in the last
Amen.
episode, we are not always right. They need to learn to apologize to their own children when they make a mistake. And Cassandra agrees. They have feelings too. Absolutely. And that is all that this series about, is striking the balance between old traditional way of living and being brought up versus the new way. There's no doubt that there's a difference. There's no doubt there's a change. There's no doubt that our children are being far more infiltrated with things that we did not have growing up. And we are here to help themselves to be, to avoid trouble as they get older. Just because I always say you're not a child, you're not a parent. Your parent doesn't end when your child turns 18. You are forever a parent. I
But
don't care if you're 80, your child is 50.
you get
If
that
I
right.
you're always a parent, and so don't leave it up to the world to raise your child, because the
Get
world got
that.
a place for is either in the jail or 6 feet under. So do your part. Is never ever ever too late. And we thank you so much for tonight's participation. I have enjoyed it. I don't know about you, but it has
Leah,
been awesome.
Leah Nielsen said, "You ladies are a blessing. Thank you so much. We're trying. We're getting to know you guys as you guys are getting to know us through this podcasting. So we really, really do appreciate all the comments, all the feedback. No one is judging anyone. We're all here to learn and to put out our expertise on what worked for us, what worked for you, because we want feedback too. That's why we put the phone
Right.
number there so you guys can call in as well as come in. So thank you guys so much. Tip over. I see your comment where you say child support. Look at God. I love you, Tip. I love you,
we,
Tip.
we love everybody, and thank
I
you
love
so
you
much.
guys. Love you guys.
Thank you
Love
for
you.
the
Love you. Love you.
newcomers. Thank you, Miss Vita. And we will see you guys again when, Lisa?
Next Wednesday, 6 Central, 7 Eastern time. Same place, same time. Right here on Your
Absolutely.
Future Live
Please.
TV.
Awesome. Like, share, and subscribe. And then please don't forget to join Miss Felisa on Tuesdays.
6 Central, 7 Eastern time on the Talk to Him Lisa podcast show. Same place, same time. Next Tuesday. Love you guys.
Love you guys. Have a good night.